Hey everybody, it's Albert. Wasn't planning on doing a video this week. I've sort of been taking some time off, but uh, something I came across today was just so funny it screamed to be commented on. So for those, there's a website called Huffington Post. For those unfamiliar with it, it it started out maybe half a decade ago or more, a little more. Basically, I would consider it a very left side of the spectrum. But it was unabashedly so. It wasn't trying to pretend it was something other than that. I always found it interesting in a lot of cases. I would go there when there was a major news story just to see that particular perspective. And initially, the perspective was that of people who read Noam Chomsky books. That's sort of that end of foreign policy strategy or whatever. That you get the idea. It was pretty far to the left. Well, I kind of noticed over the last year or two, year and a half, that it's sort of toned down some of the things and whatever, and then it's also started to get a more wide readership. Still, I would consider it very much to the a liberal website, but maybe not quite as edgy as it was initially. For one thing, whereas initially it was like a lot of these sites were ad free. Now, higher and higher percentages of the page are taken up by ads, which I don't necessarily object to. One of the reasons, though, I stopped actually going there is because they started using those annoying pop-up ads, if you know what I'm talking about, and that, unless there's an article I really felt I wanted to read, I kind of sort of said, nah, I'm not going there anymore. But I just wanted to give a background for those unfamiliar with the Huffington Post for what I'm about to tell you. Well, Arianna Huffington, and I find this really amusing because for a long time, this website had really very much an anti-corporate sort of spin on the news. Big bad corporations, blah blah blah. Arianna Huffington announced that basically herself included, the people running the Huffington Post who own it are selling it to AOL for $315 million. Which I just find hilarious. I mean, yeah, there's a forward-thinking move here. AOL, first of all, I didn't know AOL still existed, much less that it had $315 million sitting around somewhere to buy anything. And when you consider this is some ridiculous multiple of the actual revenue generated by this website, this looks like another move by what's left of AOL to, I'm trying to fathom, first of all, these people who are the, real anti-corporate, we're for the little guy, and they're selling it to a company that's basically identified with massive consumer fraud. I mean, yeah, this is perfect. This is just so perfect. But hey, look, I don't blame her, honestly. If I wish I had a website I could sell for $315 million. I'd do it in a snap. Trust me. More credit to her. But I would actually have a lot more respect for her if she just went on the webpage today and said, look, they gave me $315 million for this thing, so deal with it, I'm out of here, bye. But instead, she's talking about how this is going to bring this website to the next level. What level is that? Bankruptcy? That's where AOL's heading, apparently, for the last 10 years. I mean, AOL, if you're going to sell yourself to a heartless corporation, at least YouTube had the good sense to sell it to one that actually still has a business going, like Google. I mean, AOL is going to take you to like the next level, or was going to open. I don't understand this. Could somebody please explain this to me? Because I'll give you a link to her article, because it's one of these things that, just has BS written all over it. I mean, I wish you would just come out and say, look, I'll take $350 million from you if you offer it. I mean, I'd actually have more respect, at least, because I just think this is so blatantly ridiculous I mean, we all know the reason. If someone, she started the website with a couple million a few years ago, and now she's getting a 150 times that to sell it. I mean, hey, yeah, okay. I mean, that makes perfectly good sense to me. But, honestly, I mean, really, AOL. I mean, the Huffington Post has just been sold to AOL. Now, I want all the people who are, who go to especially if you go to this website regularly, I'd like to get your opinions on this. And I'm not, necessarily knocking anybody's politics. I'm just saying the Huffington Post just got sold to AOL. Wrap your mind around that for a while and just let me know what you think. Thank you very much for your time.